My name is Kearbey. I am a 5-star diamond coach, and I have been asked to speak to you guys today about my top secrets to running sneak peeks that actually work, and I am super excited. Now, I'm going to keep this short and sweet, but I do want to share with you a little bit of my story so that you really understand where I'm coming from in this business, where I really got connected with Beachbody, and why I'm able to run these successful sneak peeks. So this really goes back almost 3 years ago now, which is crazy. In January, it's like my fitness anniversary is what I like to call it. But 3 years ago, I was living in my mom's basement as a 21-year-old adult. I moved back in. I was 50 pounds overweight. I was a super senior who didn't graduate college, hence the super in debt living in my mom's basement. And I was just a hot mess. I was a hot mess all around. I was not the picture of motivation, inspiration. I had no health habits at all. Very hot mess express. But luckily, I found out about this little program called P90X3 that was coming out. And I don't know what made me think that I could do it, but something just clicked inside of me and I committed. And I did the entire program with my fiance and we absolutely crushed it. We started it in January, and after 3 months, that's one round, I had lost 28 pounds. We did another round because we were obsessed, and I lost the entire 50 pounds that I had gained, through my college years. And so at this point, and I always tell people, it's not about the weight that you lose. And if any of you have had a weight loss transformation, you know that. It's not always about the weight loss, it's about what you gain. And all of a sudden, I gained confidence and I believed in myself again. And I believed that I deserved more and that I was meant to go through everything that I had gone through to get myself to that hot mess point for a reason, to be able to help other people realize that there's an out, right? That if they aren't happy with who they are, where they're at, they have the power to change that. And I got started in this business for one sole reason, and that was because I wanted to run challenge groups. I was obsessed with the programs. I was a living testimonial, and I wanted to help people stop feeling like crap. I didn't have any big rank goals on my mind. I had no dreams of building some big empire of my own. I just wanted to make a difference, and I knew that this was my opportunity to give back. But after about a year of running my boot camps or challenge groups, I decided that I really wanted to build an empire of other people who wanted to do the same thing. I wanted to help more people. And first off, I can only relate to so many people, and I can only help so many people without going insane. So I knew that I wanted to build up a team of my own. But mind you, up until, so December of last year, December of 2015, I think I was number 3,000 in the company or something like that. Bring it forward to right now, I think actually just a couple months later, I think in maybe May, we were ranked number 20. And right now we're 21. And that's really cool because it really doesn't speak necessarily to me, but it really speaks to my team of coaches that they're doing well. And something that I'm way more proud of than my high recruiting numbers is my number of success starters and getting them started right. And I truly believe the reason that I have so many people coming into this business and seeing success and helping people in their boot camps is because that is what I lead with. Number one on my social media, but number two in my sneak peek. So I have 3 tips for you today, and I'm going to keep this short. If you guys have any questions, you can comment them below and I'll keep my eyes peeled for them later. So number one, to get better, you must try. To get better at sneak peeks, you must just start running them. Put yourself on some sort of schedule, whether that's 1 a month or 2 a month. Put yourself on a schedule that you are consistently running sneak peeks. The truth of the matter is, the very first one might not be incredible. I know that mine wasn't. But the only reason that I got to a point where they are very well run at this point and very successful is because I ran so many of them. I knew that I needed to implement in my business and not always just sit back and learn. And this is one of the biggest mistakes that I see coaches make, is that they take in so much information, they spend so much time on training videos and just trying to fill their brain with the knowledge that they need, that they never actually take action. And that's the only thing that's ever going to move you forward. So stop focusing on perfection and fail forward. It's the only way you're going to get better. Number 2, facts tell, stories sell. Just like I shared my story with you guys, I share my story in my sneak peek, and that is what I lead with. Because not only is my story, showing that you can overcome, but it really shows why I'm here and what I'm looking for. I'm not looking for people who want to get rich quick or want to make a quick buck off of people, right? I'm looking for people who genuinely want to work the business. They want to run boot camps. Maybe they will want to build a team of their own, but that's not up to me. And I always let my coaches know this business is yours to make of it what you want. But in my sneak peek, I focus on the story. The very first thing I do is I share my story and I ask for them to share theirs below. My people that are in my sneak peek, so that I can get to know them better. They can start to feel that sense of community. I can interact on their posts. It's just a lot more fun that way. And then number two, I start going into some of the details, but then I really tie that back into my story. So my second video is just about boot camps, but I'm really bringing in, I did it with my fiance. I didn't have a coach at the time. I didn't know that this role existed when I did P90X3. I don't know how. I was like living in the shadows, I guess, but I didn't know that this existed. I did it with my fiance, and I know that if I hadn't, it would have been a heck of a lot harder. And that's really why I have this passion for boot camps, is being that support system for other people who don't have that. So that's what I let them know about our boot camps. Again, really tying in that story. The whole thing is story. And it doesn't matter if you have some big phenomenal story or you're just getting started and you're just wanting to build your team. People can relate to you no matter where you're at in your journey. Different people can relate to you than can relate to me. And that is the beauty of this business. There is no scarcity, right? We're all attracting different people, as we should be. You don't want to look around one day and just be surrounded by people on your team that you don't like, or that you don't like, they don't get you. You don't vibe together. You know what I mean? And so it's really important that you're letting them see who you are in your sneak peek. I don't hold back at all. I am loud. I talk really quickly. I've had somebody comment in my sneak peek before, do I have to be bubbly like you? And you know what I said? Oh my gosh, and to myself, this person's never going to get me, because this is just who I am. So you don't want to try to filter yourself to appeal to everybody. Just be you. Share your story. Share why you're here. What brought you to coaching? Because that's what's going to bring your people to your team. Now, number three, my third tip, and this is my last tip for you guys, I'm going to share my format with you. I do not believe that it's important that it's a 5-day, 3-day, 1-day, whatever it looks like. I don't think that the length of your sneak peek is what matters. I think it's the content. I play around with mine. Sometimes I do a 3-day, sometimes I do a 1-day. Honestly, it's whatever I feel like doing that week. And for me, I know that I'm a very, I want it now kind of person. I'm very impulsive. So for me, running a 5-day sneak peek is out of the question. I'm really liking 1-days right now. But no matter how long I run it, the content is very similar. I make my videos fresh every time, but I stick to the same kind of format. So like I said, my first video is just my story. I ask them to share their story. I ask if anybody can relate on any level, and that's it. That's it. My second video is about boot camps, because they need to want to run them. If they don't want to run boot camps, if they don't want to help other people, I don't want them on my team. And I let them know that. I let them know, number three, my expectations. What they can expect from me as their mentor, what I expect from them as one of my coaches. I expect that they help 3 to 5 people in their boot camp every month. I expect that they are ready to commit to our programs, finishing them from start to finish for the rest of their lives, pretty much, right? But I let them know they have to do at least one, and we're gonna really build that story together. Now, I also let them know in my expectations that I genuinely believe that the best coaches are the best boot campers or challenge group or challengers. So if you're recruiting straight into the business and these people haven't gone through a challenge group before, it is absolutely crucial that you get them into that experience. So let them know that that's going to be happening. If you're recruiting from your challenge groups, that's fabulous. And then my last video that I do, I have 4 videos total. My last video is simply that I do a live Q&A. I go live in the Facebook group. I have some general questions that I know people ask, like how much time do I need? I always have people like, can I still go to the gym? And I'm like, if you want to. People have just very, very common basic questions like, oh my gosh, where do I find people to work with? And I let them know that I'm going to help them, learn how to master social media. But that's just their opportunity, honestly, if anything, to get some FaceTime with me. It's not all about having the perfect answers. It's just about getting on there, showing them that you're a real person, showing them that you care. And that's really why I do that live Q&A. Sometimes it's 20 minutes, sometimes it's 40 minutes if they're really chatty. But I just let them know that I'm actually here. These aren't pre-recorded videos that I've been posting for the last 3 months. I really genuinely care about you, care about your future success. And if you become a part of our family, and I let them know we are we are a close-knit family, you are going to be taken care of. And I do not fall short of that promise. I take great pride in my team. I recruit because I genuinely wanted to have a tribe of people who had very similar goals to me. And so I take care of them and I nurture them and I let them know that I'm going to be here for them as their mentor, but I also tell them I'm not going to be handholding you. I'm not going to be dragging you somewhere you don't want to be, right? I will give you every tool you possibly could need to succeed, but it's up to you to take that and run with it. And I set that expectation right up front. But I really think that that is why my sneak peeks not only are successful in terms of really constantly growing my team, but growing it with quality coaches. Do not think about recruiting as racking up successful points or like you want to be the top recruiter on the national wake-up call. It's very easy to get like jaded by that kind of shiny object right off in the past. But what you need to focus on is building with integrity, building for the right reasons, and if you can do that, and if you can lead with you and your story and what we do in our core mission as coaches, you're going to do so well. And I think I have one last bonus tip for you guys because I couldn't leave this out. They are going to feed off of your energy. If you're not comfortable on video, get comfortable. Drink some Energize, listen to some pump up music, jump up and down before you do your videos, because if you're on there and you're really low energy and you're scared and they can tell, they're gonna be like, pause, snooze, this is boring, right? You don't have to be another person, but don't be afraid to be you. Like if you were talking to one of your closest girlfriends or friends, how would you be telling them about what you do and how excited you are? You need to speak to your sneak peek people just like that. Those are my tips for you guys. Thank you so much for listening. If you have any questions, you can comment them below and I'll be keeping my eye out for them. Bye guys.